Congratulations. Happy New Year, everybody. Can you believe it is that seminar year ended and we're in a new seminar year? The Congratulations. Happy New Year, everybody. Can you believe? Okay. I don't know why that does that every single week, but Happy New Year. The slate is wiped clean. We're all back to zero today. But anyway, congratulations to each and every one of you. And I know we all have wins that we're celebrating, and I hope you are celebrating, evaluating, strategizing. And our on-time drawing winner is Laura Pruitt. Way to go, Laura. Congratulations. Yay. Awesome. Well, pat yourself on the back for being on tonight. And our secret sister is checking everybody out for our MK Image Award. And tonight is all about being a champion. And each and every one of you guys are champions. You've done hard things. You've got champion character qualities inside you. And we've all been champions. We all are. But anyway, even tonight, how you present yourself is a champion mindset. Just showing up for yourself and showing up for your team means you're a champion. So let's say it together. I am a champion. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm a champion.
I am a champion. That's right. You are. You are. So who wants to open up the meeting with something great that happened today in your business, last week, the past couple of days? We got time for maybe one or two. So real quick. I know you do. Come on. Come on. All right. Do I have to call on people?
I'll share mine, Nikki.
Okay.
I think one of the things we talked about at last week's meeting was how sometimes when you're rolling toward a goal, it may not benefit necessarily that goal, but it will continue setting up success for later. So of course, it's posting this week, or, trying to get orders or whatever, crickets. And then today, more orders, right? So sometimes it takes people a minute to kind of get with the program. And that's okay, because guess what? My store is open in July also. So I am happy to take those orders.
Exactly. That's right. And yay. Okay, who else has a win they want to share from last week, today? Anybody? Vicki, Stacy, Lynn, Christina, Mary, Cynthia?
I finished all my MK Confidence stuff.
Good job. Yay.
Started it in January when I got sick, and I would just power through it for maybe 30 minutes, just whenever I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, good for you. Well, I did not get that done, so that will not be on my bling badge.
I finished it at 11:58 last night because it hit me. I still had like 3 or 4 more things to do.
Awesome, Sharon. Yay. School's never out for the pro, is it? Awesome. Okay, way to go. All right, well, let's all pray, and then we're going to keep moving and grooving tonight. And Heavenly Father God, thank you so much for this opportunity where we can come together, we can celebrate one another, we can edify, lift up each other up, but also we know that iron sharpens iron, that we want to keep ourselves accountable to, so that we can grow and we can be the best version of ourselves for you. And just thank you for this growth path of Mary Kay that you brought us all to. And I just pray, God, we just want to thank you for what did happen this past year, and praise you and thank you. And we want to thank you and praise you for what's to come. And I pray, God, that all the things that'll be talked about tonight, that each and every one will have a turning point in their life or in their business, that they can move forward to touch more lives. And we lift up to you we keep praying for Samantha Neal and her healing, Deanna Beam, Diane Winters, Kay Pravancha, Renee Meeks, Deborah McMillan, Debbie Cross, Ann Farley, Shamika Cox, all of these that are going through different and hard times. We just lift them up to you, and we love you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. All right. So we're going to kick tonight off with a champion leader, and that's Cynthia Meeks. She looks beautiful in her pink and black tonight. I love your top, Cynthia. You look
Thank you.
beautiful. And so Cynthia is a champion. And Cynthia, tell everybody, what does that mean to you? Or what does it mean to be a champion? What does it mean to you? Has there been any time in your life where you fell down and you got back up again and you had that champion spirit?
Yeah, many times. Yeah, many times. A lot of time, compliment on the job when there's a task that you have to do, and you might be struggling trying to do it, but you accomplish it, and you feel good about that you completed your accomplishment on it. I do. I feel good when I accomplish anything that I set my mind to do. I feel good about it. But in being a champion, what I have is champion is one who wins, one who fights, one who has defeated and surpassed all rivals, one who's superior and has all the attributes of a winner. Our spirit should be fighting the good fight of faith and experiencing victory over the adversary. That is my take and my spiritual thought on being a champion.
I love that. What Bible verse is that, Cynthia?
I'm gonna have to get it for you.
That's okay. You can put it in the chat or let us know on Voxer or whatever, but I love that. I know that verse. I just can't think where it comes from. So absolutely, you guys. And all of us have those qualities inside us, and Mary Kay can help bring those out. And so yes, I love, love, love that. And that's great. So tonight, I mean, we're going to do some recognition. Oh, let me take it off the spotlight. Sorry. Okay. We are going to definitely, Jess and I, our goal for our Pink Olympics, let me pull this up. Are y'all excited about this theme? I love a fun theme. What about y'all? Isn't that fun? Are you excited?
Leroy was trying to get me to play the John Williams Olympic theme, and I was like, well, we're on YouTube, so they would cancel us. But yeah, imagine the theme to the Olympics playing in your mind right now.
Yes.
And while Nikki's pulling that up, thank you guys for letting my office assistant join us tonight. This is his most cranky time, and rather than hearing him scream upstairs, he is in his happy place. So
Yeah.
We love it. It's all good, Jess. We love it, love it, love it. So anyway, and Jess, if you're able to jot down all the names of people who are on tonight, because we are going to create teams, and it's going to be so much fun with what we're going to do with our team. So for the month of July, our goal is to have skills, product knowledge, a team event. We want you guys to grow, and we're going to have medals for you all. It could be team building medals, but also there's going to be a first, second, and third place achievers for face races, whoever, the top 3 in faces for July, the top 3 in sharing, and then you're going to get points for a team. So we're going to be talking about that. It's going to be really, really fun. And tonight, our main word is champion that Cynthia talked about. And each week, we're going to have a word of the week, because to have a great team, it takes these character qualities in all of us to grow and achieve our goals and dreams. So anyway, hold on. My family just walked in. Let me shut the door. I meant to do that. But congrats to all of you who achieved your SOAR for June, and congrats to Sharon who did it all year long. Didn't miss a month. Woo! Way to go, Sharon. Because that takes consistency and determination. So way to go, Sharon. And aren't y'all loving they raise the bar? That's what champions do. They raise the bar. Now it's at 700 wholesale. And many of y'all miss STAR at times just by a couple $100. And I'm so glad the company did this, because when you do 700 a month, you will be a STAR. You'll be higher than a sapphire. And that's the goal, is to grow. And when you're a STAR, or I'm sorry, when you do, this year it's called Power Up. So power your sales. When you do it all 12 months, you're going to get this 12-month consistency challenge quote flip book. Isn't that cute?
Hey, Nikki, can I also interrupt you while you're on this page?
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay, so Nikki is always Liquid Sunshine. She's amazing. And I love how she embraces the new and upgraded and raising the bar, right? But if you're a person who sees this and goes, oh man, I was already struggling toward, or whatever the language was there, we're going to replace that. Because guess what happens? When you are closer to 700, guess what you're even closer to? Not only STAR is it going to put you to a higher level STAR, but what it's also going to do is put you on target for Princess Court. Princess Court is $833 wholesale per month. So go ahead and set your bar there, because then you'll achieve Princess Court and earn those prizes as well. So I think that's a great thing to think about for a year-long plan yourself.
Yes. Yes. And we're going to look at all the things, what's on the Mary Kate buffet and table in just a minute. Like, this is the new Court of Sales ring that we can all earn. Isn't that gorgeous? That is a showstopper.
What's the stones in the middle?
I don't know.
They kind of got a pink, but they're going to yellow gold again, aren't they?
It looks like rose gold.
Rose gold.
It's rose
Yeah.
gold.
That's
Rose
why
gold.
the
So
middle.
that's gorgeous. We're going to look at that in just a minute. And again, you'll be a STAR. So have you created your STAR poster? And of course, the company is doing this little yoga mat. They're doing one prize every quarter that has the Mary Kay logo on it. And this quarter, it's the yoga mat at Sapphire. Okay. So you need to go shopping on the website under STAR, and you can create this little poster of the things you want to earn and print it off. Okay. So will you do that? Will you send us a picture of that? There's a thing about, and write that down. That's something, visuals are so important. Okay. All right. And so we want to see what you're working towards for you and your family. Or yourself. But today, y'all, is the last day to register for seminar. I know Kay just registered, I believe, and I think Wanda is registered. So get registered, you guys. This could change your life. It did mine. My life has never been the same since I went to seminar, and then I took action. Okay. So, anyway, I'm not sure how many bookings we had last week or faces last week, but Sharon, I do need your numbers for sales and faces. I meant to get that to you. I've just had a lot going on, but I know you sold 3 skincare sets and you sold 915. And Sharon's team did 3563 in production between her and her team. So, and I got accomplishment sheets from Stacy and Stephanie. So thank you guys. Sharon, you want to share real quick how you had such a great week last week?
You didn't get my accomplishment sheet?
Yeah, I just said I did.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Cause I thought, I know I stayed up till midnight doing all that stuff. Last week was just pushing through to the end. I saw, I think it was 5 or 7, 8 new cases last week.
Oh,
So
great.
I ended the year or ended the month with 48.
Woo.
But it was just kind of pushing through and not leaving any rock, not over, what do you call it? Leaving no rock
Stone unturned.
unturned or something like that.
Mhm.
But just started going down through my list, going through my tickets, went back to my skincare sales from 4 or 5 months ago, seeing if they needed parts and pieces. And like I said, that 4 deal is what carried me through. It wasn't the big percentage off the skincare sets. I did sell 2 of those biggest bundles, but it was the regular half and free, because that way they could pick what they wanted. So I think I will forever use that on special, like Pink Fridays and all that too, because it let them buy what they wanted for the same thing if they wanted to. Skincare, color, whatever. So it let them create their own sale, and that was huge.
Yeah. I love that too. Love that too. That's great, Sharon. And congrats on being so consistent almost every week, every month. And guys, that's a superpower you want is consistency. And if you're consistent, it just makes all the difference in the world. I mean, today I made 10 booking calls and I would rather have 8 worms than made those calls. But I know that, not really, I don't want to eat a worm, but you know what I mean? It was like, I did not want to do it, but I thought, well, if I want something different, I got to do something different. And there's the effect of the compound effect. You know, you might not see the result today, but you got to put in the effort to see the results. So let's take a sneaky peeky at the things for the new year. So I'm going to pull this up on InTouch and let me screen share. And then we're going to go into our Pink Olympics. Okay, so it's a fresh start. Every single one of us are at 0. And of course, we talked about the new bag from the company, which is so cute, and to be consistent for that. But there's also a makeover contest, and this could be your hook to achieving your goals and your dreams. So when I started booking today, and leaving messages with people, I'm wanting them to win this Spa-A-Day. So of course, you can't enter your people till July 15th, but that's just 14 days away. So let me have you all hear about this contest. This is awesome. I love a makeover contest.
Calling all beauty lovers. Are you ready to experience a makeover contest unlike any other? Picture this. You and your besties soaking up the fun at a luxury resort for 3 blissful days, where you'll be pampered to the max with relaxing spa treatments and enjoy $1,000 in spending money, plus an assortment of Mary Kay products. Talk about an epic weekend. Want to know more? From July 15th through August 31st, you're invited to enter the Mary Kay Your Way Makeover Contest to create a new look that's all you and potentially win amazing prizes. 6 grand prize winners, plus their independent beauty consultants, will receive a Spa-A-Day getaway for 2 to Scottsdale, Arizona, and more. 7 honorable mention winners and their independent beauty will receive a $500 gift card plus an assortment of Mary Kay products. And it's super easy to enter. First, book an appointment with your independent beauty consultant to create your new look. Second, complete the entry form on the contest website. Third, submit a photo of your new look on the contest website. And that's it. Get all the details now and express beauty your way with Mary Kay.
Okay, isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
Who would like to win that?
Me.
Okay, start claiming it and speaking it and say, guys, I really want to win this contest. And if your person wins, you win too. So that's incredible. And guys, we had a lady in our unit win this. They did it several years ago and it was to New York City. And she won, her and her daughter. And the daughter was the consultant. She entered her mama. Her mama won, so she got to take her daughter, who was a consultant. So it's pretty amazing. And how many people do you want to enter in this contest? So that's exciting. So there's a reason to book some pamperings is to win this contest and tell everybody, I think you can win because they really can. They really can win. So we got that going on. And then these are, let me see, this is the new director suit. So the company is, of course, if you're not in red, that's your first step is your red jacket. But Jess and I both want tons of reds, and we want you all to rise up to be a sales director with us, right, Jess? So
That's right. So that's what this jacket thing is really exciting because what they did was extended the 8 out of the gate promotion.
yeah.
So you can still go into DIQ. And then I love what they're offering for the and then some because we're talking about champions. And that was one of the definitions I saw was the and then some. And that's what they've done with this promotion.
They did. So take a look at that on In Touch because you can go into DIQ with 8 people, and this is a great month to do it. I don't want any stinking thinking. I don't want anybody to say July's bad or I'm going to be on vacation all month, so I can't have a great July. That is a lie from the devil, if you believe it. If you really believe it. You can have a great July, y'all. You really can. I've had amazing Julys. I've had incredible Julys, but it's all in your mindset and your action. So those of you that want to be directors, you got to have 8 active by the end of July, and you can go into DIQ and become a director, and that's definitely another conversation we need to have. But they're doing and then some prizes based on how many you debut with. But but that means you'll become a red jacket as well. So let's look at these prizes, okay? Because there's a place for every single one of y'all to win. The bottom line is if you have bookings, everything will come true, okay? Your mindset and your date book. So let's look at this right here. Okay, do y'all see this? Okay, this is the catalog from the company with all the jewels. And when we go to seminar, we get to try them on. You get to take a picture of this jewelry on your fingers, okay? I'm trying to make this big if I can. Okay, so this is the Court of Sharing. And to get on target, you need to recruit 2 people in July. Okay, because you've got time. All it is 24 qualified recruits in a year. And I completed that this year. So my mindset is, Nikki, getting 2 new team members is non-negotiable. So how do we do that? Well, if you got bookings, you got people to ask to watch the video, and we can do a follow-up. I'll teach you how to do a follow-up. You can do it yourself. But if you've never done one with me, we need to do a couple together, okay? So 2 recruits a month, and you can earn a Diamond Bumblebee. This is a big, big deal in Mary Kay, okay? This is one of her favorite courts because it means you're passing it on. Okay, here's the Court of Sales. This is what Sharon's been in 7 years in a row. 40,000 retail in a year. It ends up being, now they'll probably give double credit sometime this year, but I don't know. They may not. But if you really want to know, this is 1,600 wholesale a month. That means you've ordered 1,600 a month. And that might make you want to vomit, but it looks like a week, an $800 week, right, Sharon? $800 a week will produce about that much in wholesale. Okay. Or 800 to 900. So that looks like you need to be doing at least 3 appointments a week to be in this court, minimum. 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 appointments a week, if you do 3 shares a week, you'll be in both courts. Please prove it wrong. Prove it wrong. Okay? So 3 appointments a week, y'all. I don't care if it's a facial. A facial is better than nothing. Okay? And then the runner up in sales and recruiting and the number 1 unit, it's a bigger B and this little diamond ring, like a little crown. Okay, that's the runner up. And you'll see that at seminar. You'll see runners up in each court. There'll be a sales court, a unit court, a recruiting court. Okay, that's number 2 and number 3. Now, number 1, she will get to sit on a throne. She will get flowers. She will get a crown. She will get the big queen bee and this ring right here for being the queen. And the president of the company will talk to her, a national will talk to her, and she can even bring her family on stage and have her family up there. It's beautiful. We all cry. It's awesome. Okay. And then this year we hit 450. So I won't be getting another diamond bar pin, but the diamond bar pins start at 300,000 retail in a year. So once you achieve one, you can't go down and get lower bar pins. So this is for directors. These are real diamonds. These bar pins are valued about $1,200. Just say $1,200. And the diamond bumblebees, y'all, they're worth about $1,000. The big ones are worth about $2,000. Isn't that crazy? So we get 1099s. Now this ring, y'all, is the $500,000 ring. So when our unit does at least $500,000 or more in sales, and we missed it by 46,000 this year, you can get the ring or you could get $3,750 in cash. But of course, you got to be a director to get the big honking diamonds. Okay. And then the Circle of Excellence is at 650,000 all the way to 950. And you earned the top director trip. And this year they're going to Maui, Hawaii. Next year it's going to be to Hungary, Budapest, Hungary, and the Czech Republic, Prague. They're going to Prague. And then when you do 800,000 or more as a unit, you get this big honking diamond ring or the money if you don't want the ring. And then at $1 million or more, which this is where we're heading to be East Tennessee's first $1 million unit, you get like a special suite. We get front row seating at seminar, all kinds of VIP treatment. We get to go on stage. We get to be in a video from the company. So you all will see this play out at seminar. There will be units in these categories, and that's where we're all heading. Okay, and then this is the triple star necklace. I will be getting more pieces to this necklace because what this means is that it takes 10 years to fill it up with the earrings and everything. But once this necklace and earrings is filled up, y'all, this is valued at about, are y'all ready? About $25,000.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? So they give real stuff, y'all. This isn't the fake. They have their own jeweler that designs all this. It's incredible. So I'll be picking up more pieces to the necklace. I should have been wearing it tonight, but anyway, that means you did quarter sales, quarter sharing, and unit club. Okay, so these are awards from the company. Jessica, anything you want to say about this?
I just want to give you a big pom-pom for earning it.
Oh, okay.
Excited for you. It just is so, I think the thing I was remembering was when you were talking about being $1 million unit, because I know that is where you're headed, Nikki. And when I was part of $1 million unit 2 times, it was one of the coolest things is actually called Million Dollar Weekend. And it's where all the million dollar directors get to go to Dallas for a special weekend where you get a private tour of corporate. You get to meet with all the executive staff, see all the jewelry, and the million dollar director gets to select 5 of her unit members to go. And so I got to go as a DIQ to Million Dollar Weekend, and it is one of the most memorable things of my Mary Kay. You don't get to stand at the door of Mary Kay's office. You go in Mary Kay's office and sit at her desk. It was incredible. So I know that'll be so fun for you, Nikki, when you guys get there.
Yes, 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 absolutely. We're on our way. So, okay. I'm excited about that. Okay. So that's just, you can win these diamonds too from the company, and you're really going to see the big picture at seminar and see the dreams that have come true, because what this stuff means is that you defined your win for this year. Okay. It might be a 4-quarter star, meaning you're a star all 4 quarters. But the thing of it is, you've got to figure out what you want most. And then once you know what you want and why you want it, the next word is a must, and that is take action, right? Because you can want all these things, but if you don't take action, it's not going to happen. It's just wishful thinking, right? So, Jess, we're kind of going to bounce off each other, but let me pull up this real quick. Well, today we were talking about, we were going back and forth about, let me pull this up about champions, because that's what we're talking about. Have I screen shared? No.
No.
I have not. Okay. So champions, this is a quote I thought was great. Champions do not become champions when they win the event. No, because we're still champions. Even though we didn't hit our goal, you can still be a champion, right? But in the hours, the weeks, the months, and the years they spend preparing for it, the victorious performance itself is merely the demonstration of their championship character. So champions do the work when nobody's watching. You know, it takes discipline. They're doing it daily, weekly, monthly, hourly, yearly. You know, it's kind of like chop wood, carry water, if you ever read that book. This guy wanted to be a samurai sword fighter, but for a year before his sensei would teach him anything, he made him chop wood and carry water for 1 whole year. That was it. The guy was getting mad because he's like, I want to learn how to be a samurai fighter. And he's like, nope, we got to chop wood and carry water first. And it all put in the book, you'll find out how that really did help him. So, okay. So let's all talk for just a second. When you think of a champion, that was kind of in the message. When you think of a champion, who comes to mind and why? And I would love, think of somebody who comes to mind and why, or you can take it from another angle. When was a championship season in your life? And, why was it a championship season? Okay. I want everybody, a couple of y'all to really share. Okay. So you can answer it either way. So Sharon, you want to go first?
Sure. When I think of a champion, this is non-business related, non-whatever, it would be my older brother who was physically handicapped, who had hydrocephalus, he had scoliosis, and he had MS. So as he got older, his body curved and became more and more difficult. He was offered the opportunity to go on full-time disability at 18, and he declined it. He worked from a wheelchair in his home for a local company in town. They set him up there and let him do all of the data entry that he was doing there. And When he went into long-term care because it got to be too difficult, you had to have a Hoya lift to transfer him and so forth. He led a Bible study 3 days a week. He challenged businesses in town. The nursing home that he was in now has a wheelchair basketball court. It has a memory garden where he got the art guild to paint all of the characters from The Wizard of Oz. He got a couple of landscaping companies to come in and landscape it. And I mean, he's been gone 10 years, but still, if you go anywhere there, he's still everywhere there as far as plaques. And, he didn't want his name on things, but he was one that had every reason to quit, every reason to feel sorry for himself. He was tube fed. He couldn't eat through his mouth after a while. I mean, but he always had a smile and he always had a kind word and a verse to share.
Definitely a champion. Exactly. I love that. Thank you. Okay, who else?
That one.
Okay.
So my mom and I are huge fans of gymnastics, and I was at her house today with Eleanor.
You
and
need to come closer. We can't hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my mom and I are big fans of gymnastics, and we were watching the Olympic trials today at her house with Eleanor. And this is Eleanor's first real Olympics that she can remember, right? And so Simone Biles was obviously performing, and that was like a super big wow thing to Eleanor being her first time. But for me, I mean, somebody that's watched her whole career, to me, that's the essence of a champion. I mean, not only is she arguably the greatest gymnast of all time, but she also overcame all the stuff that happened to her. I believe it was at the last Olympics where she had to bow out and she was dealing with some mental stuff. And so to me, I just think I mean, that's the definition of a champion. You are literally at the top of your game, the best in your field. You could just bow out and quit there because you're the best of the best. And she didn't, that's not what she did. She just kept going.
Exactly. You're right. She's a champion. Okay, who else? Lynn, you want to go?
Ooh, I can't think of anybody.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Vicky? Stacy?
I have a story that I'll share that's similar to what Sharon said. I had a really good friend who I've posted about several times, but her name was Elise. And we met as camp counselors when we were like 19 and 18, I think. And I sang at her wedding in Wisconsin. She was an amazing woman, very cheerful, awesome, very smart. So her goal was to be an attorney. That was her lifelong goal. Well, while she was in law school, I believe, after she was married, she was diagnosed with a form of brain cancer and ended up having to have 70% of her frontal lobe of her brain removed. And after that, she could have said, well, I don't even have part of my brain. How am I going to pass the bar? Well, she didn't. She kept going, passed the bar on the first try, and became an attorney. And she ended up being totally healed, not on earth, but in heaven. But she reached that goal. And every time I think about like the giving in kind of thing, I think, she was nauseous from chemo. She really had trouble concentrating after having, part of that, her brain removed so she could live. And they told her it's not a question of when it will or if it will come back, but when. And she did it anyway. And I just think, none of us are promised any time, but like, why are we wasting it? Like, Priscilla had a director, top trip director, who passed away of cancer. And that was one of the things that she said too, is that we're all terminal. Like, we just don't, know what our days and hours are. So what are we doing, squandering our time? This you know, this could be the last seminar year you see all these beautiful diamond rings. And that can be sad, but it can also be a catalyst to have you have your best year yet.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Love that. Can anybody else think of a champion that comes to mind and why they come to mind, or a championship season you had in your life? And why was that a championship season? So, Kay, Cynthia, Mary, Candace, Laura, Safonda, Ashley. You're on mute, Kay. But be careful, you're driving, I think.
Okay. I did have a season where in 5 months, our house was struck by lightning. My stepfather of 20 years passed away. 3 hours later, my brother passed away. And 2 weeks later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And just before that, my husband lost his job. For the first time in his entire life, he was fired. And we were living in a hotel. So that was a tough time, and the Lord carried us through. We had house payments and car payments, and we never missed a payment. Everything was great. My husband was there to take care of me through treatment. And then to the day, 1 year to the day, the sweet little man that fired him offered him his job back. So that was kind of a full circle thing, but the Lord just showed us his hand every step of the way. And people would say, gosh, how do you do? We didn't even think about it. We didn't even think about poor me. I never thought about why me. It was just moving forward and giving Jesus all the credit.
Amen. He carried you through, didn't he?
Yes,
Every
he
step
did.
of the way.
Yes.
I love that. Well, I kind of experienced this past Thursday and Friday, we were out of pocket and we chose to hike a mountain, the highest peak in the southeast. And so, not that I was really wanting to do it, but I took one for the team, my family, my husband and daughter. And so here's some lessons I learned from hiking this big mountain this past few days. And I chose to take the journey. I was committed to doing it. Okay. And we had to get prepared for all the things for a hike in bad weather in case it rained. And we had a plan of action. So we knew what trail, we knew what time we were going to get up. We got up at 3 a.m. We left at 4. We got there at 6 because we had to time everything. You know, we had a deadline. We had to be there at the top by this certain time to eat supper that they cook for us. So we had to have a plan of action. And of course, we had to take one step at a time. And I wouldn't have gotten to the top if I didn't move my legs, right? Move my body. And we did face rain. So I was glad I had my gear. I had my supplies. I was ready for rain. And we had obstacles. All through the night, I slept with a flashlight because this is extremely backcountry and rustic. Do I look like that kind of girl? No. Our cabin had so many holes in it. It was not even funny. I was like, Emery's like, Mom, that hole over there, I think it's going to fit 3 mice through it. Well, guess what? Through the night, we had mice all in our cabin because of all the cracks in the holes. And I mean,
That's
they're
an
hiker people. I'm not really a hiker person. They are all about this. My daughter slept through the night. Those mice, it did not scare her one bit. But I was like sleeping with one eye open all night and had a table right beside us. And there was a little buckeye that Andy carries, and we heard. So there was a mouse, y'all, right beside my head. I picked up the buckeye, I threw it in the hole. But anyway, we'll go on and on. There was more mice, more stories. I'll tell you later. But anyway, so and there was pain in this trip. Going down 3,000 elevation, 6 miles, like my knees were like, ouch. But I was committed. And it was a wonderful experience because of the views and the beauty and being with my family. But you can relate this. I feel like that's a championship hike because when you get to the top, there's a place up there that you get a t-shirt that said I hiked it. So anyway, we're going to talk about next, Jess, talking about the agreement to yourself because I had to agree with myself to keep going and not base it on my circumstance, but my commitment. So you want to talk a little bit about that? This is good, y'all, and having a level 10 commitment.
So yeah, Nikki, I love what you shared about that hike too, because when you hear that story, you're like, but why? And the thing is, you cannot see that view. You cannot see that view unless you do the work. And so all of the things that she did, every step she took, every minute with the mice, was getting her closer to that view, that you cannot have that view unless you're willing to do the work. So we talked about last week a little bit about the difference between expectation and agreement. So last night I had the privilege of meeting with Candace, who's part of my unit, and she's attending seminar. So yay, Candace. That is a championship moment in my mind because I'm not able to attend seminar this year. And Candace was like, I just think I should be there. I feel that I should go. So what is she doing? She is moving heaven and earth, going with another director from Chattanooga by herself. And she said, I'm usually the one who plans the trip, but I'm just like, Jesus, take the wheel and get me to Dallas. And so she's going. So I met with her last night to kind of talk about some of the expectations there. But when we met at a Starbucks at Kroger at 6 o'clock in Powell. And that was our agreement. So if I had showed up for that meeting and Candace wasn't there, what would I have felt? Somebody say it. This is interactive.
Disappointed.
Disappointed, exactly, because we had made an agreement, and I had an expectation that she would be there at that time for us to meet. Now, if I had shown up on Tuesday at 8 p.m. and started texting Candace, where are you? And she was like, you crazy lady, I'm in my pajamas at home. Why? We had not made an agreement to meet at Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So if I got there and expected her to be there, we did not have an agreement. Does that make sense? So I cannot be disappointed with her. Same thing happened. So my coach or therapist was talking about when we face disappointment, is there an expectation or was there an agreement? Such as when you text people for bookings, do you get disappointed sometimes when they don't text you back?
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, did they agree to text you back?
No.
No.
And I've spent my whole 15 years, it's 15 years for me this month in Mary Kay. I've spent my whole 15 years going, why won't they just text me back? I even sang on stage in front of 6,000 people about it. Why haven't I heard from you? Why won't you text me back? And the thing is, girls, we have not had an agreement with them. And so it's our fault for having an expectation, right? Well, what about when you see these seminar goals, right? And you get to the end of the star quarter and you're like, I'm disappointed because I was not a star. Well, did you agree with yourself on what level of work was required to be a star? And did you agree with yourself on your schedule of when you would work to complete that goal? So are you kind of tricking your brain, thinking you're expecting a result, but not being willing to agree with yourself on what that looks like from the work side. Okay. So does that make sense? Everybody nod your head if it does. If it doesn't, shake your head, because if I need to keep going, I will. But I feel like you're more just the wheels are turning where you're like, ooh, where am I expecting something that I've not agreed on? Interesting. So when I experience disappointment, that's the question I'm asking. Was there an expectation without an agreement? And should I even be disappointed? So the other thing we talked about was obedience. So I wanted to tell you that a couple of years ago, there was a thing in Mary Kay going around that you need to have level 10 confidence. Well, I want just a show of hands if everybody feels level 10 confident tonight. Like you could go out and conquer the whole world. For me, I don't often have level 10 confidence like every day, right? I may have it in a moment, but that's not what I wake up every morning going, well, I am just level 10, right? Y'all line up. We have that feeling, but you know what we can have is level 10 obedience, because that's action oriented and something we can control. And so Nikki's talked about holding hands with God through this journey. And there was something Nikki said in her prayer today. She called Mary Kay a growth path. And I love that. We get to hold hands with the Lord and ask Him who we're meant to influence, who we're meant to call, right? And give Him our goals and agree with Him about the work He would have us do. So I was talking to Candace about that last night. And then isn't it interesting that, have you ever done a Bible reading plan and gotten behind? Anybody? Is that just me? Um, So I started a Bible reading plan in January, on January 1, and I'm about halfway through the readings I'm supposed to have done. I lost track somewhere around having a baby and being in the hospital. But I am currently in Deuteronomy. And wasn't it interesting that after last night's conversation with Candace, I got home and this was the verse. So it just canceled my verses. So it's Deuteronomy 5:32 and 33. So this is where they're talking about taking possession of the promised land after wandering in the desert, right, for 40 years. I've heard that it was like a 2-week journey that took them 40 years. Do you guys want to be on the 40-year path, or do we want to do the 2-week version? And the difference is the obedience. Okay, they were disobedient, so they wandered. Are you wandering because of your disobedience to what God has asked you to do? So this says, so be careful to do what the Lord your God has commanded you. Do not turn aside to the right or to the left. Walk in obedience to all that the Lord your God has commanded you, so that you may live and prosper and prolong your days in the land you will possess. And so when you read that, that's probably not talking like God is not commanding us to put, 50 people in this makeover contest. That's not what I'm reading between the lines. But what He is calling us to do is to be people of integrity. And I love that definition of a champion that Cynthia was sharing was, what are you doing when no one's looking? That's what integrity means, right? And so what agreements are you making with yourself to be obedient this year based on these contests? Is it $833 per month to be on the Princess Court? Is it $700 a month to be a star consultant? Is it getting on these booking blitz opportunities with Nikki to do your 5 by the 5th or 10 by the 5th so that you can reach your personal goals? Are you agreeing to the activity that it will take to be a champion?
Mhm.
And then Nikki, you have that LeBron quote to
I
share.
do, and then we're going to tell them about their teams and what they get to do for their relay. So LeBron James, he's one of the greatest basketball players ever. He said no matter how good one individual is, it takes a team to win a championship. And that's so true. I mean, the wins we're celebrating as a unit, it was not one person, it was all of us together. So just to I love that, Jess, what you shared. And so what we're going to do, we're going to break y'all into 3 teams, and You all do need to exchange phone numbers or create a Voxer group with the 4 of you guys. So there's 12 people on here. We're going to have 4 people on each team. Don't you think we'll do that, or should we have 4 teams of 3, Jess?
I actually have 13 down. Somebody may have gotten off.
Kayla Holt.
Okay, so are we taking her out then?
Uh, Yeah, probably. I'll touch base with her and I'll ask her for sure.
Well, that's fine. So I have it divided into 1, 2, 3 teams. So I'm going to call out each person's name and give you a number, 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So remember that number, write it down. And what Nikki and I were talking about is that it may be easier to create a Voxer group or a Facebook Messenger group because not everybody has Apple or Android texting. And so that may be easier. So then you can send voice messages instead of text, because I feel annoyed by group text sometimes. So I just wanted to give you guys that tool. Okay, so Sharon, 1, Mary, not Crawford, other Mary. Do we have another Mary?
If she gets on her prayer call.
Okay, Mary is a 2, Vicky, 3, Cynthia, 1, Kay, 2, Christina, 3, Lynn, 1, Stacy, 2, Ashley, 3, Laura, 1, Candace, 2, and Safondia, 1. Okay, does anybody need their number repeated? Unmute and let me know. And
Can you do that one more time? I'm writing it down too.
Sharon, 1, Mary, 2, Vicky, 3, Cynthia, 1, Kay, 2, Christina, 3, Lynn, 1, Stacy, 2, Ashley, 3, Laura, 1, Candace, 2, and Safondia, 1.
Okay, who's Christina? What number?
Christina's 3.
Okay. And what we can do too, I don't mind to start the text group, because
Well,
like Cynthia,
we could each take a team, you know,
yeah.
too. So, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so your 24-hour challenge. So in the next 24 hours, we want, because you'll get a point, okay? Each person will get a point, which will help your team. So we want you to collect a list of names to contact. We want you to try to get 50 names on a piece of paper. And it could be July birthdays. You could go through all your July birthdays on Facebook. You could go through your church directory. You could use your customer list. You could think of people at church, in social groups, places you go, summer surveys. Who do you know? And I want you to think outside the box. But the main thing is pray and ask the Lord. He'll put people on your mind. He does it for me all the time. I just say, Lord, who do you want me to contact? And he pops people in there. Okay. So in the next 24 hours, you need to text your team and your director your list of 50 people. That's all we're asking. Make a list. Okay.
And we don't need everybody's name, just to be clear. Like, take a picture of your notebook. Okay. I don't need everybody's number. I just want a list that says, here's my 50 names. Because the idea of this is that Nikki's going to be offering these booking blitz times, and I may be offering some too. But like, you won't get on the booking blitz time if you don't have anybody to contact. Do you guys ever feel like that? I don't need to get on the booking blitz because I don't know who I'm going to contact. Well, this will take that excuse away. I heard NSD Candy Lewis today talk on her call, and she said, I am in the habit of, when I encounter a problem, figuring out what the problem is and whose problem it really is and giving it back to them. Okay, so whose problem is it to not get on the booking call? It's because you don't have the names, right? So that's your responsibility. So if you can do that as part of your team, you can earn a point with that. So Nikki, are we going to do any other bonus points?
Yes. Okay. So that is to earn you a point. Send us the list, send it to your team and send it to your director. Okay. And then we are working on, you can earn another point once you create that list of, you can earn another point by achieving your book 5, you get a point, or a book 10, you'll get 2 points. by the 5th. I'm sorry, book 5 by the 5th, book 10 by the 10th. And guess who our speaker is? It's going to be on July 17th at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central. It's going to be National Sales Director Diana Sumter.
Ah,
You do not want to miss that. Okay, so you got to make a list. So your goal is to get 5 bookings by the 5th, which is this Friday. And if you do that, you get you get a point and you get to earn the call. And then book 10 by the 10th, you earn the call plus recognition from your director and another point to help your team.
What was the time again? 17th at?
It's on the screen. It'll
Oh,
be
duh.
noon
Never mind.
Central, 1 Eastern. Yeah. Okay. So, and then guys, tomorrow night, I'm going to do this event on YouTube. So feel free to invite your customers to watch. I'll get that YouTube link ready tonight or in the morning for you to text, but I'm doing this glam night session and you never know, I might sell you product, get you more bookings, but we got that going on tomorrow. Okay. Where was I going with that? So the track to run on to get bookings, as you remember, don't forget to say you're excited. Do you have a second? So you're excited. You have a second. Share your goal. Share your deadline. Make her feel special. And then ask. Pop the question. Will you marry me? No. We're not asking for marriage. We're saying, is there any reason why I can't bless you with a pampering appointment? Is there any reason why I can't bless you and we can get together? Is there any reason why we can't get together and it will help me reach my goal? I would really value your opinion and I need the practice. Okay? So that's the skeleton. You've got to create your own verbiage. But that's the key, you guys, is that right there. And Vicki, we'll have to do your part next week. I'm so sorry. We ran out of time with what we were doing. All right. So I will put, does everybody know whose team they're on? Okay.
Lynn, you're on team 1.
yeah, I'm on team 1, but who's
I
on
am.
the team?
I
I know
Yeah,
And
we'll create. Yeah,
Cynthia, Laura, and Safonda. What is Cynthia's last name?
Minor, Minor. And she's on your team?
Yes, ma'am.
and Laura,
Pruitt and Safonda Tumulty. Safonda, Laura, Lynn, and Cynthia, and me.
Okay, and team 2 is Stacy K, Candace, and Mary.
Yep.
And team 3 is Ashley, Christina, and Vicky.
Vicky, Christina, Ashley, yes. So actually it should be, Safonda should be on number 3. I'm so sorry. She should be number 3 because I had Kayla's name there. So that would make the teams uneven. So Safonda should be on team 3.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
that's fine.
And Nikki, were we gonna do one also bonus point for goal poster, or are we gonna wait until next time?
Yeah, they can go ahead and start making it. I've been working on my goal poster for July, but just a tracking board. But yeah, we definitely need to create star goal posters or.
You can earn an additional bonus point for your team by
Yes.
creating either a star goal poster or your goal poster for the year, such as Candace already told me. She wants her goal for this year to be a star consultant and shoot for that 700 wholesale per month. And so that's her goal for the year. She's not done that yet for consistency. So she already told me that. So her goal poster may look like writing on a sheet of paper, 12-month consistency prize, and send that to your director for a point and your team for accountability.
Okay. How do y'all want to put these teams together? Do you want to do text? Do you want to do Facebook Messenger?
Everybody has Voxer, right?
Yes.
Let's do Voxer groups for now. And then if y'all decide to share information on there, let's do it that way.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah. I
Perfect.
just need to, okay. Who's going to create the Voxer group? Because we have Voxer Pro. Only people with Voxer Pro can create a group.
Well, I would say we need to create them then,
I
Nikki.
have Pro, so I can create my own.
Okay.
Well, that would be perfect. 3 teams then. So Sharon, you're on team 1. So why don't you do team 1? And then I'll create group 3. And can you create group 2, Nikki?
I can.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah, I can create group 2. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, well, let's get these teams a rocking and a rolling. And tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to be doing a booking blitz on Zoom. I'll probably do one during the day, and I'll do one tomorrow evening. So if you can hop on, start that list, and we'll be booking together. Okay, it's much more fun. And then I'll go live at 8 o'clock for the red, white, and we love you event. So. All right. Thanks, you guys. Love y'all. Have a good night. Bye-bye.